Okay, hey everyone, this is Level with Me. This is my level design show where I play through level designy games and talk about what I think is going on in them. And right now we are in Half-Life 2. We're right around the beginning of Chapter 3, which is this part where you have to walk and climb and crawl through like the canal system of the city because we have to like escape the city or something. So that's what's going on right now. And this chapter is called Root Canal. So I guess we'll get into it right now. So when we last, um, left off, we were over here in the city. We just come from over here, and then I was complaining about this section right here because right here's the ladder, but you can't really see the ladder very well from where you're coming from. You're coming from over here, so I was complaining about that. And then you're supposed to climb that ladder and then go through here. Although it looks like, I mean, this looks like you're supposed to be able to climb through this gap, right? That seems kind of bad. They just reused that mesh from over there. Anyway, let's go into here.
Good God. Guess those sirens are for you, huh? Good thing you found us. You're not the first to come through here by
This is the Freeman. The Combine's reckoning has come.
Look, we're just a little bit from the underground railroad. Main station's right around the corner. They'll get you started on the right foot. Meanwhile, let my Vortigaunt friend...
I never noticed how awkward that was. Or is that meant to be awkward? I don't know.
Be careful now. We really can't afford to get noticed. Civil protection catches you down here, it's bad news for the whole railroad.
We serve the same history.
So again, they literally locked us in this room so that we would have to listen to them. We dropped through here. This is like a one-way drop. So that was like kind of a locked door, and then here was a locked door that was locked until he opened it. So again, this is Half-Life 2's very common like mode of dramatic sequence, exposition, delivery. They lock you in a room and literally just force you to listen to people talk at you. As they kept doing that, though, let's look at this rug. Look at this amazing rug. The rugs in Half-Life 2 are like, and like near the end of the game, we're also gonna see like another rug too. There's just a lot of quality rugs in this game. I like this one because the earlier one we saw was kind of like reddish, and this one's kind of more like blue and tannish. And I think it actually goes with the red walls of this container pretty well, I think. It's pretty tasteful. I would say this alien has some good taste in rugs. And this alien was also drinking milk, it looks like. I don't even know what's going on there. And then there was a TV. And then over here's Meat Hook. I mean, that's kind of weird. I don't really get that. And then what's over here? Banksy was here apparently. And then when we look over here we see more exposition, but like environmental storytelling mode of exposition, where we have to get from here, I guess, to over here. I guess that's where we're heading. So let's go ahead and try to get there, I guess. Oh. Okay, so let's keep going. People in the chat are saying the aliens are really into dairy and they're really into kinky shit like that meat hook on the ceiling. So I guess that makes sense. I like how this wood barricade thing is like framed around this rock, actually. That's kind of interesting. Like, that's very particular. Like, a level designer had to have built this whole brush structure right here. So it's like very conscious to place this weird rock here. I mean, I guess that's what people would do in real life, right? We would just build around it instead of like trying to move that big heavy rock. Oh, and everything collapsed. Oh, in case you were wondering why I was saying penetration error before, that's because I have developer mode on, and that means I guess the level designers are being pretty naughty and just penetrating physics objects everywhere. Oh my god! Monstrous. So that's like another little tutorial thing. We now know those things are dangerous. This is our first sighting of barnacle monsters, which we encounter in Half-Life 1 too. They drop these little tentacles down, and if you walk into them, you get grabbed. What did it grab just now, though? Oh, it grabbed some bones too. Let's try to get grabbed so you can see what goes on. And these monsters are usually like pretty easy to get past. The easiest way to get past these monsters is to just walk around them like that. So these barnacles are usually used more to like limit your movement and then hopefully humiliate you too when you accidentally walk into one of them, even though they're just lingering there in plain sight. So they're very interesting in that they're there more as like indirect pressure rather than something that's like directly attacking you, which I think is pretty rare in enemy design in FPS games, I'd say. And just in case you really didn't get that, you should pay attention to this monster. They literally put this awkward random cage light here, so to like extra emphasize this monster right here. And then this cage light is like casting a spotlight downwards. That's kind of weird. I even learned the console command to just show you the lighting to emphasize how, yeah, it is like almost casting this weird spotlight effect down there, which makes no sense. But it doesn't really matter, right? What matters is that there was some kind of light fixture there, and that it's casting light on stuff, and then that's good enough. We don't really need to care that much about it. Let me turn it back off. Anyway, let's keep going. I really like all the rubble here, too. I think, like, in this era of level design, like, it wasn't common to have all this modeled out rubble everywhere, too. So this is, like, a nice detail, I think. It looks nice, I think. I think it still kind of holds up. Ooh, I like the mud sloshy sound. That's nice. Oh, we're missing people dying. Oh, oops. Yeah, I guess those people got executed just now. A lot of blood! That's a lot of blood. I think they would just more bleed out on the ground, but... You know, video games. Let's keep going. Then you're supposed to go here. And then... Oh, he just got killed. Oh my god, what's going on here? Oh! And then... Oh. And then here's where they introduce a new kind of enemy, this gun turret right there, where we have to kind of be careful where we go. So to dodge around it, I think you have to go here and run into this tunnel. Although I think they could have lighted this better. Like, it's really hard to tell that there was a opening right here. Oh. God, it's so annoying. I think they could have lighted this better. Or, like, placed more, like, cover right there, maybe. So that we could have gone there and then seen this. But, I don't know, maybe their playtesters didn't have that much of a trouble. Okay, let's keep going. And then we're here. Looks like this was some kind of hideout.
Station 12, do you read? This is Station 8. We heard 12 go down and out.
A lot of batteries. That was a lot of batteries they just gave me.
Protection is coming down on underground stations. We're already getting refugees from 9 and outlying. Looks like we're...
Some little storytelling, exposition there.
Station 8, are you there? We have confirmed reports of manhacks. Repeat, they're filling the underground with manhacks.
Oh, they didn't notice me. This is like one of the brief times when Half-Life 2 kind of lets you be stealthy. It doesn't really have like a stealth system. Technically, if you crouch, they don't hear your footsteps. But, oh, and then here's a little opportunity. You're supposed to blow this up, I guess, and kill those things. I guess we'll do that. And then you get to use this turret against them. And this is like a very common scenario again in a lot of first-person games where you have to like overcome some kind of challenge. And then you get to like turn the enemy's own weapons against them. Ah. Oh no. Oh, now they're launching missiles at me. I guess I better run. Ragdoll physics were also kind of new in this era of video games too. So the idea that I could shoot that guy and then he would fall over. There's actually a special scripting mechanism called a ragdoll magnet inside Half-Life 2 that helps pull enemies. When they die, they like fall over balconies and stuff. That doesn't really make sense in real life, but for like the weird action movie physics this game wants, the idea of like a physics magnet or a ragdoll magnet makes a lot of sense. Let's keep going. Keep going here. Again, we're supposed to keep looking out for this symbol. This is the symbol of the rebel resistance human faction in this game. So we're supposed to be paying a lot of attention to this symbol and seeking it out. Usually it marks out some kind of supply cache, and here it is. Now, what's interesting about those boxes is that those boxes are dynamically, dynamic difficulty adjustment things. When you blow up those boxes, the game kind of looks at what you need, and then usually just gives you whatever you need. So if you need a lot of ammo, it might give you some ammo. If you need some armor or energy, it'll give you armor or energy. If you need health, it'll give you health. Or it'll give you too much of whatever sometimes, I guess. And some people really don't like this. They really liked how in Half-Life 1 or in old school games, like, you'd be down to 10 health, and then if you're down to 10 health, that's just, you're just shit out of luck, and then you just have to somehow overcome the next segment, and it's really hard. So the idea of dynamic resupply, of giving the player whatever they need, some people really don't like it, but I'd say I'm a fan of it. I like being able to complete my games. I don't know about you. And then this is where Valve is really sneaky, right? Here they light this barnacle so that's very, very bright, and then you notice it, and you're like, haha, I see that one. And then you'll walk forward, and then there's one hidden in the shadow right here. So this is, again, very clever with the level design. They're trying to teach you that they're going to try to trick you by hiding these things in plain sight, but usually in shadow. So then you feel really stupid when you walk into them. Oh no, I still got caught. Oh, that one's lonely. That's kind of sad. Let's keep going. Can't go here, I guess. Can't go underneath there. I'll go this way. Oh, and then more exposition.
Keep going, friend. That station was raided, but there's others up ahead. I'm gonna stay here in case any others come through. Gotta keep the railway alive.
She's gonna like stay here in her weird little tunnel thing. Okay, you do you. going. Oh, they're talking about me, but they don't know I'm here. Sneaky, sneaky. And then this is locked, and you're like, oh, where do I go? Oh no, they're dropping all these explosive barrels down here. You're supposed to hide underwater so that they don't hurt you. And then they shoot you. I really like the effect when they shoot you underwater. They like trace through the water and then make all those bubbles and stuff. That's like a very like almost like James Bond kind of move there, I think. Very interesting. But fortunately, those explosive barrels open up this grate for us. Which is kind of annoying because these kinds of grates don't really do that. Again, this is a very inconsistent thing to be able to blow up a grate using an explosive barrel. None of the others in the game can really be doing that, really like do that. So that's kind of annoying. Going to here. What's happening? Oh, more dudes. To run through here. And here's where you're supposed to blow that up. And then this is Half-Life 2 saying, look at all our physics! Look at all these things falling down! Wow, isn't that amazing? And at the time, it was amazing. It's true. Again, I needed ammo and energy, so then that box and the AI knew to give me some ammo and energy. Again, some people really don't like that, but I would argue the average player doesn't really notice or care that much. Where do I go? Oh, I go through here, I think. And then this is a really interesting move. So then they have all these barrels here, and then your natural inclination is to knock over these barrels out of your way. But when you do that, you'll notice they roll down, again, physics, and then they get attracted by all these barnacles. Very interesting. And then you notice, oh, here's these explosive barrels. I wonder if I do that. And then to get past this trap, you just prime that barrel and then it kills all of them, which is kind of sad. God, I love that mud sound. That's great. Anyway, let's keep going. Sorry. Oh no. It's really important that those barrels float, by the way, and that wood floats, and that Half-Life 2 sets up all these, like, material affordances. That's like... That's just, like, real... Like, it's important that the supply crates that they drop down float as well. And it's just really nice that the game's kind of consistent about that, I think. And you have to keep running, or you can shoot them, I guess. I think they could have done a better job constructing these wood platforms. They're kind of like boxy and boring and like cookie cuttery, but I don't know, I guess they do the job. I don't know. I think I would have built them more, be like more detailed or something. Let's keep going.
Unrest procedures code is now.
And then, in case you still didn't get the memo that Half-Life 2 has physics in it, they literally make you do this like really simple like 5-year-old like puzzle for 5-year-olds where you have to weight all these cinder blocks on the other side of this ramp to make like a sort of seesaw that then goes upwards so then we can get over here to the other side. So let's go ahead and do that. Is that enough yet? Oh my god. Okay, I guess I have to get more cinder blocks. I mean, this is not Half-Life 2 at its best. I would say this is probably maybe Half-Life 2 at its like most boring, maybe. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Okay, try that again. Oh my god. Okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna fly up here, sorry. I could not solve this rudimentary puzzle, sorry. Okay, let's keep going. Ooh, okay, so I really like this contrast, actually. Here they have this pretty brightly lit room. I mean, with this odd spotlight that's somehow lighting, like, the rest of the room. Like, I don't know if it'll necessarily do all that, but, it's really nice how they have this bright area, and then this dark area, and then that bright area out there. I think, like, when you have contrast in, like, the flow of where you're going in your level, it's kind of nice. It's like a light at the end of the tunnel kind of effect. And you'll see them reuse this effect a lot, especially during the coastline segment when we're driving through these long tunnels with lights at the end. It's a nice effect, I think. It gives us like something to look forward to, I think. It also helps like signpost for the player where they should go. Yeah, and really nice skybox too, actually. Oh, it slips down the mud. Oops. And then here's another not that great part of Half-Life 2. You have to like hide in those little like huts. I mean, actually no, I take it back. This is an okay part of Half-Life 2, I would say. But really, it's just easier to run past it all. That's kind of the secret of a lot of AAA games. Like, a lot of it will be like, oh, hide here, duck here. But if you watch a speedrunner, you'll see that the real optimal strategy of a lot of these games is to just run forward and just ignore all the enemies. And that's actually just much faster, and the enemies aren't designed to anticipate that behavior. Now I know what I really like. I've always really liked this kind of theme in Half-Life 2. This like underground, like old canal kind of theme. I really like this texture, and I like the lighting scheme they have going on. Oh, there's like a random burnt out corpse. Ugh. Okay, let's keep going. It also, canals are also really convenient for Half-Life 2 because that shows off like all their water shaders and stuff. And again, their water shaders are really, really nice. We talked about it before. The water here is not just two normal maps being overlaid on top of each other to produce a refracting thing. It's actually an animated texture of water, which results in, I think, a higher quality effect, I think. And Half-Life 2's water still holds up pretty well, I would say. They give you a lot of health to replace all the health you just lost running away from that helicopter. I mean, I guess the narrative here is that they got burnt out, much like how remember that earlier segment where they were dropping all these explosive barrels on us? I guess that's the narrative here. The soldiers dropped explosive barrels on these people too and burnt them out, I guess. Except they weren't clever enough to hide underwater, I guess. Keep going this way. Oh, we have to redo this segment. And then you prime the barrel. Oops. That was maybe premature. Go over here. And then here we have to do the same thing. Look at all the physics in this game. Barrels roll, things have friction. It's very impressive. Oh god. Oh, and then that's the end of that segment. Before we move on, I just want to look at the floor plan for this real quick. I really like how this kind of... It like has a very like sewery canal. I mean, this is basically a sewer level, right? We make fun of those in video games a lot, but I really like how this one kind of like bends in on itself a little bit, or it uses these metal bars here to force us to kind of zigzag through it. So it's kind of like, it's a very kind of, I would say like maybe realistic kind of floor plan and realistic layout for these sewer tunnels, but then our path through it is very like video gamey and doesn't really make much sense. So I think I like that about this a lot. It seems like a really plausible kind of layout with good use of symmetry, but it's still kind of an interesting way we have to navigate and find our way through it. Okay, let's keep going here. I also really like spiral staircases too. This is kind of a nice thing. I don't know, how often do you see a spiral staircase in real life, really? It's nice. They're special. Treasure them when you encounter them in real life. And then we have to run through here. And look at all these rounded things, too. Notice, like, the top of this is rounded. Notice how there's pipes everywhere. And this is what's something I do in a lot of my games, too. I have, like, a lot of rounded, like, cylinders and arches and stuff. Because that's kind of, like, impressive. Like, that's something that wasn't really done for a while because it was considered wasteful in terms of polygons. Like, look at all these polygons you have to use to construct this thing. It's much easier to just build 90-degree corners and angles everywhere, and it performs much better on people's computers. But when you have these nice rounded things, nice rounded corners and ceilings and stuff, I don't know, it kind of makes something feel like, kind of like old school, right? Like, we don't really use arches in construction anymore, right? Because we have steel reinforcing everything. You don't really need an arch to, like, support things anymore. So the idea that they're like using arches like this kind of makes it feel a little bit older, while also making it feel kind of expensive in terms of like a nice 2004 video game too. You have to break through here.
Get in here.
And then look how rounded that is. Oh my god, that's like 20-sided. cylinder, I would
Looks like
say.
you're gonna be the last one through.
Oh, this guy's talking to
Be
me.
glad you're not the guy they're looking for. Poor bastard doesn't stand a chance. Sounds like they're calling in every CP unit in City 17. Now they're flooding the areas up ahead.
Poor bastard, he's talking about
Better
me.
get going
Me.
before they sweep through here.
Oh shit! Too late!
And this is the only time in the game when friendly NPC uses a melee weapon, uses that pipe. I guess I should help him though. But he's just so good at it. Good job.
That was a close call. Thanks for your help.
I really like how he drops it too. Like that's really, and then I can pick it up too. Like that's nice, like consistency of the simulation, I think. I can go up here and take his supplies. This is a much better setup too, right? Nice rug, little mattress, you got your kettle, you got your saucepan, you got everything you need to survive here. I mean, I just took his food and stuff, but much better than that random woman hiding in the little tunnel, right? That was kind of sad. This is a much better setup here. You know, in Brooklyn, this would cost like $2,000, I would say. Maybe $3,000. Okay, I'll keep going here. Saying good luck. I don't know, that's kind of nice. Oh, he's just gonna sit over here. Okay, whatever, fine. I'll let him sit in the dirt. Going here. Again, notice this yellow and blue color contrast. This is something that 3D artists like doing. Like you have contrasting warm and cold colors. And that helps like show off like the tonal range of like an area much better. Helps add depth to the scene too, I think. But this is also kind of symptomatic of something that we call blorange, where there's kind of a blue tint here and an orange tint here. Look at any action movie and you'll see a lot of blorange everywhere. And it's kind of the bane of action movie aesthetics these days. Oh, and I guess I can shoot them through this fence. But this is also kind of the game teaching you that using pistols on them isn't like super effective. Like it might have been easier for me to just... Why does it keep closing? I think this kept getting blocked by these wood scraps here, and then it kept going backwards because something was blocking in the way. Kind of annoying. I also like how narrow this hallway is. It kind of helps things feel like claustrophobic, like I guess what walking through a sewer would feel like too. Oh, oops. These little steam effects, because I blew up those pipes, I guess. And then nice, I also just like how, this is something that like I think Valve does and not a lot of people do, is to just, again, leave stretches of the level just in darkness, and then just illuminate the beginning and end of like a tunnel or a hallway or a room. I think that's really nice. That's like really moody. These days, if I were to try to do this in like Unity or Unreal or something, every single surface here would still be like glistening and stuff, and it wouldn't really feel dark at all. So it's actually like, I think, really rare in games to let something be this dark. And I think it looks good. You know, bring darkness back. Bring shadows back. Oh, and I really, really like how they bend this tunnel at a 45-degree angle. Again, what's easier in level design is always to just do 90-degree angles like this, and then 90-degree angles like this. So to put a 45-degree angle in here feels kind of like weird, but it's also really cool. It makes it feel more medieval, I think. If you've ever gone in like the medieval like catacombs in Paris or something, you'll see hallways and stuff that kind of feel like this. I I also really like how they did this thing right here. That's really nice. This like this thing jutting out right here. Anyway, just some like really nice basic like sculptural shapes going on in this section. But I like it. Oh, let's get some more supplies. Is there anything behind here? No. I liked how they did this too, how this is clearly where we're supposed to go, but then they also let some players explore past where you're supposed to go and in here. I think that's really hard to account for in terms of like gamer instincts, whether to like always explore every nook and cranny, because I think a lot of like casual players might just go here, but then gamers know to always explore everywhere else before you go where you're supposed to go. So I think in terms of like player psychology, it's actually like hard to know what the player is going to do and predict what the player is going to do. All you can do is kind of like seed, like put some little bonus items everywhere, and then hope whoever finds them enjoys that little like experience you put there for them. Okay, let's go through here. Oh, run into here. What's that sound? Are those manhacks? Ooh, can I go in here? I don't know what's in here. Oh my god, oh, this is where all the manhacks come out. I also like how these enemies, again, they're called manhacks. I like how they're physically simulated. Like, they're just, I think their AI is to just, like, fly wherever and bounce off whatever. And that's actually, like, really clever level design, I would say, or an enemy design. You know, imagine, you know, you just came out with all this cool physics technology. That's like a good use of this otherwise kind of gimmicky thing you came up with for your video game. Oh, I can't go through there. Oops. And that's a metal door that I can't go through. I'll go back through. Why would there really be a vent in a sewer like this? I don't know. I don't think so. They kind of take great pains to make this sewer feel kind of like old or turn of the century or something. Oh, that was convenient. So it's kind of weird when they put in this random vent here that I don't think would actually be there. I feel like they should have just left that as like a concrete stone tunnel. And here we pick up a new weapon, the SMG submachine gun. And then this is just a much bigger improvement over the wimpy pistol we had before. I'm not going to bother to get that. Now, I really like this room right here. And I'm going to try to talk over this cool techno music. I really like how they actually reuse elements. Like, we saw this really round, nice manhole right here before. But they reused that, so that helps this place feel like more consistent. Like it was built by one person, like reusing the same methods and techniques and modules over and over, because that's how buildings feel in real life. I also like how the circular shadow ends up casting like a really interesting spotlight pattern down on the ground as well. It's like a natural skylight, natural spotlight kind of effect, which I think works pretty well. And then lastly, they have these interesting pipes jutting in and out, all these other rounded arches everywhere. Interesting angles and shapes, right? This is constructed at like a non-90 degree slanted angle. They just have a lot of stuff going on in this room that it's very simple, like very like brutalist, but I think it's like good shapes, interesting shapes. And go through here into this like weird canal churn thing. I think where do we have to go? Oh, we have to go down there. Let me get some air first. I also just really like skylights in games, and I like how this like whole like theme enables a lot of skylights and all these little like courtyards and interludes and stuff. It's really cool. Am I supposed to go this? No, that's a dead end. And where do I go? Oh, oops. Oh god! This one was hiding around a corner, very sneaky. And then this is where I just was. So now the level has us like bend in on itself again. This is called a loop in level design. This is considered good level design because this mimics the way we repeatedly visit locations in real life as well. So now I have to walk along this pipe. This is a nice texture. I mean, it's a shame they mirror this right here. And this is the cause of like some really weird Reddit threads too, where they're like, oh, the level designers hid like a weird Rorschach shape or like a weird face inside the game. And then I'm just like, no, you dummy, that's just like lazy level designers letting the texture mirror like this. Or maybe it is supposedly a face. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. And I guess I have to avoid these steam vents. I guess steam is bad. Oh, ow. Yeah, it is bad. Ow. Ow. I've never been good at these little, like, timed trap things. Wait, is that the right way to go? I'm supposed to keep going under down here. Oh, it's supposed to go here. That's weird. It's weird that they don't like this. It's weird that... I mean, maybe that moment works, because... Here's what happens, right? We're up here, and first we see this manhack, and we're like, uh-oh, better watch out for that thing. And we're looking in this direction, and we're like, oh, I have to get over here, because you're always, in games, you're supposed to like follow where enemies are. And then you notice this symbol, right? So you're like, okay, I guess I have to go down here. And then you go here, you kill that enemy, you get the health kit, and then you go here, and then you're like, wait, this isn't the right way. This isn't where I'm supposed to go. So then you double back on yourself, and then when you double back, you notice this very subtle opening right here, which is where you're actually supposed to go. So that's kind of like a weird moment. I guess that works, because when we're doubling back, now we're looking in the opposite direction, and now we're perfectly positioned, actually, to notice this dark little alcove here. So I guess that works, but it's kind of interesting that they would do that. Go up this ladder. Oh, they're shooting at me. Oh my god! Probably shouldn't have run backwards. You have to go this way. Oh my god, I'm being sandwiched some kind of pickle here. That's an interesting moment. That's pretty good level design, actually, because they had this interesting AI setup where this guard kept standing here and like peekabooing out from this alcove right here to take shots at me. And it's kind of like long hallways are usually really boring in video games. So like kudos to the level designer here for making a long hallway actually really hectic and exciting. I also really like these little wood slats here. I don't know why. I like how like it like slightly raises us as we step over them. It kind of helps like create a rhythm when we're walking like up and down, up and down. Half-Life 2 doesn't really have head bob, but if it did, this is like a little like primitive head bob effect just by stepping over these wood steps. Okay, let's keep going. To go here. And then I guess I bash this thing open. The other really nice thing about having darkness everywhere is that when you leave something dark, you can have 90-degree angles everywhere. And then it doesn't matter. Like, look how boring this room is. This is just a concrete box. But if you leave the area dark, it doesn't matter that it's a concrete box. Oh, and now I'm in this weird, super contrived setting where there's all these explosive barrels in the giant sewer. Okay, let's just blow everything up. Oh my god. So that was like a really interesting set piece, I think, because we blew up all these barrels, super weird, super contrived situation, but it works because it's kind of like, again, Half-Life 2 flaunting its physics in front of you. It's also them, it's kind of like the level designer having fun. Like, it was probably fun to build all those explosive barrels everywhere. It's probably the closest that Half-Life 2 kind of gets to implementing a kind of like Rube Goldberg machine in the game directly. I also like this room. I like all these pipes here. It's really nice. I like how all the pipes are like parallel too, but then like slightly skewed. That's how pipes are in real life. It's nice. Where am I supposed to go though? Oh, I'm supposed to stack these up. I think that's... No, I'm supposed to go on this ladder? Oh, God. Ugh, so annoying. Am I supposed to go in that vent where they came out of? No, I don't think so. Like, they put this beam here, so... I mean, I guess I could? No, I can't. That's why they put the beam there. I guess I'll just go over here. Oh, but I can't go through here. What? Okay, I'm clearly supposed to get to that red light place, so... I think I'll go back where I was. Oh, and now I'm supposed to jump onto this pipe right here. And now I'm free! Okay, let's go in here. Ooh, I really like how tall this room is. Like, I really... Again, this is something I talk about a lot. where you have like a really small short room and then you have a huge room afterwards. And when you do that, it helps make stuff feel so much bigger and so grand. Like this is almost like a cathedral. This is like the cathedral of sewers, I would say. I'm supposed to go down here because that's why they put a ladder down here. But then what? How do I... Okay, well, I got that. Now I'll go back up here. Is there anything over here? Okay, I'll go up here. I feel like I'm missing something. Maybe I missed something over here? Very strange. Am I supposed to swim down there? Oh, there's a little thing hidden over here. That's kind of interesting that they hid this valve here. It's really hard to see that valve, right? Like, if I was over here, I didn't even suspect that there was a valve here. Like, that's very interesting. I think, again, of first-person level designers of 2017 would not have done that. I think, like they would have watched a player, or they would have watched a play test or two where a player just never finds this valve, and they get really cold feet about forcing a player to explore, and then they would have like put a bright red light right here, and also would have built a separate little booth. And then you'll see even modern games right now don't even trust you to do that. Don't even trust you to read the environment anymore. Now they literally have to put like a point on your HUD, go here to turn the valve or something like that. And that raises the water level. The water in Half-Life 2 is actually a huge upgrade over the Half-Life 1 water. Half-Life 1 water was originally a door, like a hacked door. But now the water in Half-Life 2 is much better than a door. Well, supposedly. Wait, what do I do now? I have to go back here. Oh, now this area is flooded. And now that this is flooded... Oh my god. Okay, now I have to go back here. I think? And then, oh, and now I can go down here. And now I can swim through this tunnel. I guess I didn't even notice I could go down before. Oh well. And then I go up here. And then it's still not high enough for me to get there. So now I have to go underwater. Oh, and I have to break these boards, I guess. Oh, and then the crate floats up so I can stand on it. I really like the buoyancy in Half-Life 2. Like, I can't, like the things feel just like they float in the right way. Like, it's just really finely tuned, I think. All the stuff that floats in Half-Life 2, it just feels really floaty, like really present, really there. So kudos to whoever tuned the buoyancy physics. Let's keep going. This is weird. Why do they have this right here? I don't know why that's there. God, this is a long chapter. I feel like I'm still not through. Okay, I'll go through one room, and then I probably have to stop at that point. So walk across here. Well, I really like this room. I really like how it's tall, and then they stack all these arches on top of each other. Here it really does like support like my whole like cathedral hypothesis about this. And then we can fall into here. Oh god. This is a nice room too. I like how tall it is. Good shape. Oh, there's dudes down here. Ah, this box is in my way! Ah! Okay. Do I jump up here? I think I have to jump up here. Oh my god. Stays just out of crowbar reach. So annoying. But clever. Okay, there, finally. Go up here. Well, I like how this is rounded. It's like a nice change of pace, you know? Like notice the layout of all this, like very like room, hallway. That feels kind of boring, although I do like the reuse of these chambers here. That feels kind of boring, so it's nice when they break it up with this like rounded bit right here. Is this over yet? Jesus. Okay, go here. I also like this random bucket right here. I like putting like random props here because that's how stuff is in real life. Like in real life, you'll go to someone's house and there'll be like a random bucket somewhere and they totally know what that bucket is for, but you have no idea what that bucket is for. In fact, you can only imagine what awful, disgusting things that your friends use buckets for, right? So I like that they just put that bucket there. It's not telling this like amazing story or something, right? Like they don't have an audio log here explaining, oh, this is my bucket that I use. Instead, they just put a bucket there. Oh, now, this is a Half-Life tradition. Not content to have regular sewers, now we have to have radioactive sewers. So I'd say this is a very faithful sequel here. Oh, good job.
Hey, you're Freeman, aren't you? We got word you were coming. You got here at a bad time.
Black Mesa East to Station 6. Do you read? Dr. Freeman is on his way downriver. Lend him the airboat and give him all the help you can. Repeat, Gordon Freeman has returned. It is critical he reaches Black Mesa East.
Better get going now.
Their radios are so old-timey. Very charming. Okay, let's go here.
Incoming!
They're shelling us!
Oh my god, so many. And then here you can see a lot of construction. So again, the idea is that all these people were hiding out in this weird radioactive sewer village, and now they're being shelled with these biological weapons. The rockets look like the oppressive authoritarian architecture. So the idea is that they're deploying these head crabs as like biological weapons. Oh my god, and they burrow too, which they did in Half-Life 1 too, which is nice, some nice parody right there. It's actually easiest to just keep running through. I think these are the first zombies we see. So then this is the game telling us the origin story of these zombies. It's head crabs attacking these poor people. Keep going here.
Hey, Dr. Freeman. I've been hoping you'd show up. Got this airboat all gassed up and ready to go.
She's pretending like everything's
It's gonna be
okay,
tough
but
dodging
all her
civil protection
friends in
up
the
here,
village
but
just got
drive
killed,
hard and
so...
you'll make it. You'll find more help up at Station 7. Just a few bends up the river. It's the old red barn. Climb on in. Fire her up.
Ooh, I like how there's an animation for her turning the wheel.
Go ahead and get in the boat, Dr. Freeman.
That's nice. I also like the little workstation they built here too. It's kind of nice. Okay, let's go. And so begins the airboat section of Half-Life 2. I'm just going to go ahead and take a break and stop here. Thanks for tuning in for the past hour or so. Hope you enjoyed it. And next week, if you tune in, Wednesday at 1, new time, we'll start the 4th chapter of Half-Life 2, Water Hazard. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Peace out. Have a good one.